All right, this is a guest that I've been waiting on. Frederick Stewart, also Pastor Fred.
Right.
We play Mississippi. It's something very important to this state because you're not just a general guy that's pushing kids for college scholarships or helping schools necessarily. You're trying to find the ones that really need it, right? I mean, you're kind of digging deep into some of these kids that may not be seen or schools that don't always get the eyes on them. Talk about We Play Mississippi.
Well, We Play Mississippi is a sports advocacy group. So what we do is we provide support to parents, we provide support to coaches, to school districts, and just the athlete at large. Of course, you said that we dig deep. We don't just go after just anybody. We really go dig deep and try to get the ones that have been overlooked. A lot of times they're from the inner city or from small towns.
Yeah.
And so we've had a lot of success doing that, and also, like I said, helping the coaches and helping just all over the athletic departments at large. So.
As a pastor, I know that you naturally help people, right? I mean, that's one of your missions in life, right?
Right.
But how did you get into this specifically?
2015, group of us started We Play. But we went into Jackson Public School, went to Johnson Elementary, and we provided a PE program as a PBIS incentive. I started pastoring in 2016, so it wasn't as in-depth. And when the water crisis came around, we were with the Jackson Resource Center, and the Jackson Resource Center received a ton of water. And so the Lord downloaded in me to go and give water to all the football teams that were playing at that time. And I asked the coaches what they needed, and coaches just started opening up to me. And the more they opened up to me, the more there was to do. And so we went full time into helping those coaches, and now it's then morphed into something larger than what I even expected.
I know you pretty much help the whole state, or you try your best to. I know you're based out of here, but sometimes it's tough to get onto the corners and all that. Right. But I want to talk about Jackson Public Schools for just a moment specifically. They have some of the best athletes in this state, year in and year out. Why do you think that sometimes they're not getting noticed like some of the outer metro schools?
There's a lot of different things that are at play there. First of all, there may be a lack of knowledge that some of the stuff exists, or some of the places exist that they can go. There's also a social, emotional, and social economic reason why they cannot attend. So there are camps and different places that they need to be, they may not be able to get to. And then again, like I said, a lack of knowledge sometimes, because some of them are not, it's not just about money with some people, because a lot of people have money. Some have more money than me and you. but there are those that just don't know. And so what we try to do is to bring the knowledge, and if the knowledge is there but the finances or the mental wherewithal not there, we try to bring that as well with it.
Okay, you talk about what we don't know, what they don't know. So if you have a parent right now watching at home and they have a kid that they think, hey, he can maybe play at some level, Division III, Division II, Division I, junior college. Hey, my son can play that sport, or my daughter can play that sport. What is something that they don't know that you could give them just right off the bat?
Game. Game. We do everything by what we call a game method. We ask them, do they have game? The G is for grades. Do you have the grades?
Do you have the grades?
Don't have the grades, you can't go.
Yeah, because sometimes you're good enough, but you don't have the grades.
Great. And the A is for attitude. Do you have the right attitude? We try to help that in several different ways. We're the only, I believe we're the only program sports-wise that has a mental health component to it.
Wow.
We have something called We Play Mentally Fit. Dr. Tim Norris and the DMN Behavior Counseling Group has helped us do a lot of things there. So that's the A with the attitude. Also, we talk about maturity. That's the M. Are you mature enough to go off and come back, and to go off again and to come back and not stay back? So whatever we need to mature you as a player and as a man or a woman. And also, we want you to do the E, which is practice and do everything in excellence. So make excellence a habit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had a coach once tell me, he said, people that are good sometimes, and people that are great, you have to be great every single day.
That's
you can't
right.
just be good some days and then decide, oh, now I'm going to be great today. People that are great every single day. All right, you have an event coming up, and then also I want you to tell us how we find you.
All right, the event coming up, we're partnering and helping with Jackson Public Schools and other schools around. They're having a spring jamboree, May the 17th through the 18th. Some of our community partners are helping. Of course, my church, Transformation Center Church, is going to be helping with that. The Jackson Resource Center is providing food for the teams that are playing. So we have an 18 jamboree for football that's coming up, and it's going to be so exciting. Also, the Art, Ronnie Criddup Jr., of course, you know who he is and what he's done in the city. We're all partnering together to bring this to our city. And so instead of the schools and the kids having to go off, travel far, they can be right here, and the parents can actually see their spring game and get excited about the new upcoming season.
Pastor Fred, thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, man.
I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate what you're doing for these kids because it's so important.